What kind of danger?
I don't know, but more more danger, but not all the danger. Just less than all, but still more than some.
Okay. Let's find the rest of the crew then.
Let me put on more than some clothing, please.
Sure, and you look great.
I know, but I know. And I just
I run back out.
start donning my armor. Takes a minute.
All right.
Hmm.
So, Siobhan, while everyone's getting ready and running to the deck, Alexis calls you. Siobhan! I don't know what we'll face next, but I think it's important I give you something. Let's go to my quarters.
Okay.
We can speak privately there. And he kind
Okay.
of like leads you back down into the ship and through into his captain's quarters, which are at the front of the ship. And he says to you, "You've been one of the best first mates a captain could ever hope for, and I trust you. You've always been honest and always kept the ship first. If I should go down, I want you to help a DT on the crew." He leans over a large gilded wooden chest and he takes a key hanging from around his neck. He slides it into the lock and twists it. A loud clank can be heard. He leans forward with the other hand and pushes open the heavy lid, revealing one of the finest crossbows you've ever seen. And he says, "My father made it for me, and he gave it to me before I left home. I've never had to use it, but I have a feeling we're about to run into an extremely deadly situation. You're a better shot than I am, so I want for you to have it." He lifts the crossbow out of the chest, and as the light hits it, you can see a shimmer down the side of its frame, and it holds the glow from the shimmer. He runs his thumb down the arrow bed and hands it to you. It feels light, but it's very sturdy and very well made. He says, "My father called it the finger of God. He used to say that when it was pointed at you, judgment had been delivered. Please keep the crew, yourself, and our passengers safe." Let me just roll this real quick.
Wow.
And just give me a second while I get this thing arranged. Right. So if you go and check your inventory, you should have a new weapon in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to show it to everybody if that's okay.
Yeah.
Ankle bottom.
Yeah.
Ankle bottom. Ankle bottom.
Yeah. This is amazing. So I think she's just like so in awe of this whole situation. You know, she's just like, thank you. You know, it's been so amazing working with you, and I'll do my best to just fight anything that comes my way.
And he kind of just like leans
So-
over and he grabs your shoulder and he shakes you a little bit and he says, "I wouldn't want anybody else looking after the ship. Thank you." And he kind of like ushers you a little bit out the door.
Wow. Yeah, and she's just like staring at this thing like, holy shit, this thing looks super badass.
Cool.
But she's also a little bit like wondering because she's like, I wonder why he all of a sudden decided to give this now. You know, like there's a little bit of like a doubt in the back of her mind, like what triggered this out of all the time we spent together, why now is he giving this to me?
Do you want to ask him about that?
Can I?
Yeah, if you like.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then he responds to you is like, well, Siobhan, the nature of a ship and the nature of sailors is people can come and go very quickly. But you've hung around for a very long time and you've proven yourself. So, like I said, I wouldn't want anybody else to look after the ship if I'm gone.
Okay, cool. Well, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else I needed to be aware of, or if there was any new information I should be sharing with the crew or with the guests.
No, he's just interesting you with this thing.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Yeah, so you guys have an opportunity to like maybe catch up on prepping for the rest of the day if you need to. They're going to be repairing the ship for the rest of the day. So if you want to do a little bit of RP or try and figure some things out, or if you want to move on to the next thing, we can do that.
I want to go to the bridge.
Okay, Ogren is standing there, busy looking at the map.
And I want to go over to Alexis.
Aditi.
Aditi, sorry.
Yeah, Alexis is downstairs with Siobhan.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take out my father stone necklace,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to hold it closer to Aditi.
And then as you do, like you can see the blue glow from the lapis lazuli in your father's stone is like starting to emanate a little bit more as it gets closer. It's like this kind of what you call it, area effect. Like as you bring it closer, the two of them start to glow a little bit brighter. It's almost as if the volcanic quartz that Aditi's made out of is powering your father's crystal, giving him more power than he would normally have. And Aditi kind of responds, she's like, "Oh, hello."
Righteous.
Hi, I'm Ogun.
Yeah, we met. Ogun, great to have you
Yeah.
on the bridge.
This is my father stone necklace.
Your father's stone. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
stone.
My dad talks to me sometimes through it.
That's amazing. What kind of
Do
stone
you-
is that?
Oh man, put me on the spot.
The
I told you,
Father Stone.
5 seconds ago. It's lapis lazuli.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's lapis lazuli.
Oh,
With
it's
the
beautiful.
new-
It's well crafted.
Can you talk to my dad?
Give me a moment. And you can see like the two stones are kind of close together and they're glowing quite intensely. And a couple of minutes pass by and she comes back and she says, unfortunately not. I think the connection is just you and him. I think it's an isolated connection.
Okay. Well, he said that it's hard for him to talk to me right now,
Mm-hmm.
but that the ship makes it easier. So if I need to talk to him, can I come and stand by you?
Absolutely. I love company.
Right. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Pleasure. Bye. Then you hear like Ogren and Aditi chat a little bit and then kind of giggle to each other and then they carry on doing their thing.
Again, I run down to the cafeteria mess hall just to eat a bunch of food.
Okay. Munch down on your chocolate that you got. Anybody else?
I'm just chatting with my pixie.
Okay. What are you saying to Evenrude?
I'm saying that there is danger coming, so if you are not up for it, you are welcome to leave.
She kind of turns to you and says, "No. You've saved my life. Hopefully I can save yours. I mean, I've got spells that hopefully you can use. Like if you need a spell, then let me know. But I can hide if I need to."
Okay, I just wanted to warn you that there's probably something big coming.
I'm with you, Anson.
and I know that you don't like fighting, so I want to protect you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then I go to the bridge to stand in the air with the pixie.
Okay. Cool. Two of you are chilling on the deck, enjoying the ocean air. Anybody else?
The poop deck specifically, please.
The poop deck. Okay.
Whoa.
You guys taking a squat
I
on the
think
poop
I
deck?
want to.
Yeah, you want to?
I want to go check out the damage to see how bad it was, to see how much those stupid bats hit the perplexia.
Okay. So as you go downstairs and you see like the carpenters working across like both sides of the deck, it's like towards the front of the ship. You can see there's these massive burn marks and these like chunks out of where the bats had like come down and struck their wings across the boat. So the carpenters are busy like cutting out pieces of the boat and then like reassembling it with like wood glue and nails and stuff like that, trying to make sure that that area is back to what it needs to be.
Okay. But there wasn't any like major like structural damage to the boat. It was more
No.
just like burn damage,
Yeah, it was mainly to like the kind of
cosmetic.
the kind of like the exterior top end of the hull. So
Okay.
you're good. Anyone else?
I'm still putting on my armor. It's taking a bit.
Okay.
I'm kind of hopping around on one foot, trying to do it.
All right.
And that time I bring you a coffee.
Oh.
Thank you, my love. And I'm trying to drink it while hopping, or spilling a little bit. Just the way I like it.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
I
So
like my coffee like I like my beers. Hoppy.
Ah, wow. Really good, man.
it's around about 3:00, and you finally get your armor on. All right.
Got it.
Anything else you want to do, or can we move?
I think I'm good. My
Okay,
armor
cool.
and my coffee.
Cool. So the third day comes to the close, and night has fallen as the Perplexia picks up anchor and lurches forward. What seemed like a smooth ocean ahead starts to change. The winds have picked up even more, and the swells start to build. You feel the ship lift and drop deeply, and you hear Captain Dempsey shout across the deck, "All hands on deck! Prepare for a storm! Attach tethers immediately!" And as he says that, he's like standing up in the bridge, and you can hear him and the DT like talking to each other, and the DT says, "Engines are slowing down, my love." The air is bitingly cold, and the ocean has turned into a frosted slush, and the waves have grown to an enormous size. The wind whips up around you as arcs of lightning crack through the sky and hit the surface of the sea. You approach and make a stance on the deck. You can hear the engines slowly grind to a halt. The ship is stationary in the water, and it's starting to turn to its broadside to the massive waves. Any sailor with his salt would know that broadside travel against waves will surely tip the vessel. Captain Dempsey charges you all with the responsibility of trying to get the engines back up and running while he tries to maintain order with the crew on the deck.
Oh, crap.
You guys are currently in a skill challenge.
Right. I gotta take off my head for this. Alright.
And this is what you see in front of you. Can you guys see that?
No.
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 How about
No.
now?
I see it.
Yes. Ho!
Shit.
I mean, it's kind of a big wave. A little bit.
I read it as indigenous swell, and I was like, why does the water have that?
Native.
Native. It's a native to this land.
Darth
Oh, man.
Insidious.
It doesn't look swell at all. It looks quite the opposite.
No, it looks very.
Yes.
Literal
Well.
wall. 4.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Alrighty. So you guys have a couple of opportunities to try and succeed at coming up with ideas on how to get the ship running again.
Can we run down there and see what's up with the engines in the first place?
Yeah,
Just
of course you can.
inspect them to see why, if there's any noticeable signs to why they're stalling.
You can, of course. So, like, through the course of this, each one of you gets to use one of your skills per round. For every skill that you've used as a single character, you can't use that skill again to try and get things running. So you can only use a skill once throughout your pool. And you can't use the same, like, two characters can't use the same skill on the same round. Alright?
Mm.
You guys make your way down to the engine room of the boat. And you can see there's like a frost that's built over the steel encasing that's around the impellers of the boat. And the whole underside, like where you're standing, you can actually start feeling the cold coming through your shoes.
Do you think the engine is just too cold to run?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Should I hit it? Should I hit
Wait.
the ice?
Wait, I have high survival. Could I try and make like a fire to warm up the engines? Could I do that?
It depends on what kind of fire and where you're going to put it. And so
In a place that won't set the ship on fire?
Explain how you're going to do it.
Is there an open area in front of me?
So, like, when you guys go down to the engine room, basically what you see is the two huge kind of impeller casings to your left and to your right, and there's kind of like a walkway that goes between the two of them. And this walkway gives you access to some of the other machinations at the back. But it's essentially the whole bottom of the boat that you can see kind of like underneath you where these impellers are going. Then there's pipes coming from the impellers that go towards the back of the boat, and some overhead pipes that come in from the front and into the impeller assembly.
And I'd also like to potentially cast heat metal on the pipes, if
Okay.
they're metal.
I thought we had to use our abilities though only, or can we use
Yeah.
spells?
You got to use an ability, I think. Let me just double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to use a skill to try and do it.
It depends how you're running them, but if you use like a spell slot, like you can use a spell, but then there's like additional stuff around it. Like I think if you use a spell, maybe it gives you advantage on the check or something like that. I don't remember. It depends. There's a lot of different ways to run them because it's actually not even like an actual thing in 5e. It's like from 4th edition, but it's just
Yeah.
nice.
I'm just trying to think like survival, like if I could do something that just radiates heat, maybe not flames that will like engulf anything. Maybe some heated stones that I can throw water on, like a sauna.
Is there like a coal shaft or anything in this boat that like would be used for a fuel source?
Say that again.
You know how in some ships there's coal, like there's actual coal pellets that come down, and they use that as a fuel source to like keep the engine going.
Yeah,
Like
so
Titanic.
this particular engine
Yeah.
is run off of a Volcor battery. The Volcor battery has like the volcanic quartz that ADT is made out of inside of it that's spinning around inside this casing that creates the voltage that it needs in order for these engines to actually turn.
There's
Can
no
we
like
like
hearth or anything.
So that sounds like electricity.
Why don't we use the water basins?
Well, I don't know
Like,
what's
you-
everybody's like highest stat. Mine is survival.
I can try to persuade the engine to turn on again. Is there anything like visible that we could see? Like, do we see frost on the engines? Like, any kind of like clues as to what's happening with them, so we can come up with a good solution?
Yeah, so as you guys came downstairs and into the engine room, the two casings were on your left and right. There's like a kind of like a walkway that goes between the two. And you can see a heavy buildup of frost kind of like going around the engine casings and then also down the side of the holes, like where the water meets the hole.
Dude, I feel like heat metal is like the perfect solution to this problem. I don't
Can
Yeah.
you do it?
Yeah, you can do it, but you got to explain to me what you do, like with regards to how you're going to do it on the pipes, because you need to touch them, right? Is it?
Also, couldn't that damage the metal?
It depends how hot he heats it.
Yeah. So if he's going to use the heat metal, what skill would that be attached to?
That would be attached to. Let me look at my skills real quick. Arcana, maybe? No?
Yeah. I'd say so.
Okay. So it's attached to Arcana. So if you want to give me an Arcana, and because you're using a spell, like I said, maybe we can give you advantage on that one.
Oh, I'll take that. Definitely take that. All right, with what was it? 3. 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. So explain to me how you're doing it.
How am I heating the metal?
How are you heating the pipes here? Because that was your plan, right?
Yeah. So I'm focusing on the pipes that bring and the intake and the exhale pipes. I don't know
Okay.
I don't know pipe lingo. But I want to hold those while I heat the metal to make sure that they're heated. And I don't want to do it too hot. I just want to like help melt the internal liquid or whatever's inside of them. I want to melt whatever ice is there.
Okay. So as you put your hands, you lay your hands out of the pipes as they run next to the walkway. You kind of put your hand like on the pipes on one side of the ship and then kind of move to the other side. You start emanating the spell into these pipes. And you can see that the pipes get almost red hot while your hands are touching them, and you can start hearing the seawater rushing through. But where you're holding stays red hot. The cold water coming from the inside is almost instantaneously cooling the water as it comes in, or cooling the pipes as it comes in. So it's running through, it warms up the water, and it runs a little bit, and then kind of just gets stuck in the pipe again towards the end. But you can see like it's leaking through slowly. It's like getting into the impellers, and it's kind of like shifting through. And the gel casing on either side of the impellers, you can see kind of water shifting. You know, like how you, when you have like one of those overfrosted beers or something that are inside a glass bottle, and you can see liquid moving through the shards of ice. That's what it looks like.
I know.
But the impellers like are.
So I can't heat the full pipe. I can only heat where I'm touching.
Yeah, the pipe's pretty long, I'd say. You need a little bit of help, maybe. But it's definitely loosened up a lot of the water, and the water's kind of like getting through.
Is there like a ship like engineer or like workers down here that like know the machinery?
Yeah, there's like a couple of guys standing by that are giving you access and are watching you guys do your thing. They don't know what to do.
What do their like attitudes seem like? Do they seem like they might be panicking or like kind of scared?
Yeah, they're super worried about the situation. They've never been in it before.
Can I ask for Ogun to lift me up so that everybody could see me, and then just give a calming and encouraging speech
Yup.
to get everybody back, to get everybody to start thinking clearly again and solve the problem?
Okay, go for it.
I can lift like 20 times my body weight. This.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cooler and super easy.
Okay.
What's the speech?
Attention!
Yeah.
I know things seem scary. And look at me. I'm small. You'd think I'd be scared more than any of you. But I'm not. We're gonna survive. Let's get our heads together and fix this. Yeah!
And then you see like two of the crew are like, yeah! And the other crew are like, what? What's going on? So roll your persuasion.
Okay. 21.
21. The crew
Yeah.
kind of like look at the guys that are going yay. They look back at you and they go, yay! And then you just hear like roars of yay coming from the crew. They're kind of like looking at you as to what to do.
Again, down.
Hmm.
Thank you, my friend. That's
You're
awfully
welcome.
All right, who's going next? Who wants to tell the crew what to do?
Yeah, I think that's me. I think I'm gonna have to like try to get the crew to look to see if there's anywhere that would be the ideal spot to start heating the pipes. Because if there's a place in the system that would be better to focus the heat, we could focus the heat there rather than just do it randomly on like a stretch of pipe, right? So if
Right.
there's a specific spot in the machinery that we could focus the heat on, that would be to our advantage.
Okay, and then they ask you like,
That's what I asked the crew.
they say, yeah, sure, we could probably focus on the impellers. Like, how should we heat the pipes or the impellers?
Well, we have the heat metal spell, right?
Yeah, but Ensign's busy doing that on the end of the pipes. So
Can he just shift that over to like a different area?
he's already started using that on that area. So that's
Yeah, I can't like move and hold both pipes. I feel like I'm trying to be. Or can I?
Gotcha.
Maybe if there's like a metal drum or something that Suri can like create like a bonfire, and then we can like place that like drum like somewhere close to where it needs to be heated.
okay.
Yeah, and I also have candles and I have a tinderbox. So I could start a fire if I need to. I just don't know where or how to do that. Like I don't know if we have like a bin or a metal container or something that I could like light the fire in so that it won't spread.
Yeah, well, the crew have indicated that like around the casings would probably be the best place to do the fire. So how do you want to make the fire? You want to use candle wax and like whatever other items you can find?
Yeah, I mean there's gotta be some scrap wood or like something.
Or a torch, right?
I mean,
Mhm.
what do you want to use for that? What kind of check do you want to use for that? Survival?
Probably.
I have 7.
Don't you have like a cast like a bonfire spell, Mars? Like that way you don't
I
need like
have-
different materials and you can just place it like wherever it's needed, right?
I have. It's Sacred Flame. But I have to cast it on a creature. It's like an attack.
I see.
Yeah.
Somebody had a bonfire.
Where
I might
Ansem
have had
is-
that a while ago, and I think I thought it was useless, and I got rid of it.
Where Ansem is holding onto the pipes, you can see kind of the red starting to spread along the pipes now. Ansem's concentration on making sure that these pipes are heated is doing some good work. More of the water slowly starts flowing through the pipes. You can see the ice kind of moving a little bit, but the impellers are still like, and you can feel the ship kind of like tipping, slowly tipping as it goes up against the waves.
Should I use
Can I
the
put-
survival check for the...
It's
Fire?
Siobhan right now, so
Oh, okay.
I would like to try to use my candles and just light the candles and put them underneath the pipes. I mean, are they? That's the best thing I can think of at the moment. Or take the candle and start a fire, underneath the pipe somewhere. So, I don't know what kind of check that would be.
I'll tell you what. Roll me a survival check.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Did it come up?
You rolled a d20 rather than survival. So on your character sheet, just click on the word survival.
Oh, sorry.
You should just add a modifier to that because that's a pretty nice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Take,
Yeah.
take that
19.
17, yo.
What's your modifier?
2.
Should say it next to the word survival.
2.
2.
2.
Oh, so you're 19.
Mhm.
Okay, so you kind of like grab the candles out of your bag. Yeah, you start like kind of assembling them. You light all the wicks, and you said you wanted to place them underneath the pipes or something.
Yeah, close to the pipes, but just so that they'll start heating up the metal, so that the heat will spread a little bit, I guess, in the most critical area. Wherever they've identified is like the best spot.
Okay. Where do you think the best spot would be? Because the ensign is up at the front where the entry point is.
Didn't the engineers just tell us like where it was?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, around the gem casing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To get the impellers turning. Okay, so you put down the candles down at the impellers on either side, and you can see it's kind of like wicking up against the base of these impellers. These impellers are also like, I'd say they're probably around about 10 to 12 feet in radius, or like in diameter. So the candle that you're putting at the bottom there is not doing much, but it does give an idea to the other crew members, and they start grabbing scraps of wood and stuff like that, and they bring it around the candle, and they start a tiny fire underneath both of the impeller casings. And as the fire kind of grows a little bit, the flames start licking up against these like gel casings, and you can see the frost starting to diminish around the gel casing.
Oh, good. Yay.
Sorry.
Hooray.
right.
And then like Ansom's like heat coming from the front of the pipes, you with the fires and whatever it is, you can see the impellers start going, but they're still kind of like sticking a little bit. The ship is starting to dip deeper as it comes over the waves. Oof. You feel the fall on the other side. It's kind of like you can hear people on the deck going, "Wah!" and things are like being kicked off. And Siri, you want to go next?
Remo, I'm having a little hard time like hearing you a little bit. Do you think you could put your mic up?
It's like at full volume right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is
so
it like this is what I did because I was having this issue, Damaris. I clicked on his name and I can turn his volume up to 200%. So he's at 200% for me.
Okay, I'm gonna
It
do that. Yeah, I
was-
see that. It's only half. Perfect.
Yeah,
Got
it was very hard to hear him earlier, but I feel
Okay,
better
thank
now.
you. Yeah. Alrighty. So it seems like we need more fire, right?
Fire.
We need to get these suckers moving so that
I
it
think
doesn't tip.
Yeah.
we need more encouragement is what they need. And
Where's Brimbor when you need him?
For real.
I don't have any kind of fires. So.
Yeah, I know. Radiant damage is on.
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess I could just like throw 2 torches, or did we already added?
There's no torches added just yet.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll throw 2 torches on either fire on either side to help it.
Okay.
I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. You gotta pick a skill and see what that would...
Perception.
Pick your highest one. History. History.
No. No, we can't pick the same ones as other people, right? So
Not on the same round, yeah.
yeah.
But in the next round, you can.
Okay, yeah. I have a -1 to athletics, so that's
Maybe you do like a backflip while you're putting the torches, or maybe you jump up high onto like a
Yeah.
place that.
No, she has a -1 to athletics, Carlos.
No, I mean maybe
Don't use that one.
acrobatics.
I
Maybe.
have a 0 for acrobatics.
Better than.
Are there any birds? I grab a dove and I attach my torch to its feet, and another dove, and I send them off. I have like I could talk to them, and then yeah.
There's no doves.
Dogs of some kind.
Oh, no.
You don't keep like animals on the ship. That might be helpful.
I'm just trying to pick a good one that I have.
We're down in the engine room, and Suri's just like, "Here's a dove."
Maybe,
They have pets. It keeps the morale up.
maybe you could pray to your deity for like guidance about where to put the torches, and you could use religion.
Okay, I have a 0 for that, but sure.
You're a cleric. You know,
No,
you
it's fine. I'll just do acrobatics and throw it.
How are you a
Okay.
cleric with a 0 for a religion?
That's what it is. That's what it says. I just throw it. I throw both of them.
Yeah, so you're throwing one to this casing and one to that casing.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of like lean back. The torch is lit. You lean back and you throw it, and as you throw the torch, it kind of like flies through the air, and it's about to join the fire that's at the base of the casing, and it goes gunk, and it bounces off, and it kind of falls away and rolls down to the bottom of the hull underneath the walkway that you guys are on. Happens to both sides.
Crying.
Could I take the torches and try to like climb up there using my superior athletic ability? I know it's dangerous.
I think you gotta wait.
I think it's
right.
I think it's more of a acrobatic check, and yeah, you're a little bit later after Anson.
Okay.
So it's Ogun next.
All right. Do I see any like cranks or valves that could manually be turned to get things moving?
You see, like the pipes that Ansem is heating right now. You can see that there are some shut-off valves to stop the water from going into the gel casings. And then there's like a couple of like things that kind of some cranks that shut down like cooling water and stuff like that for the casings. But there's not really anything. Most of it is run through these like Volcar batteries that are running into the gel casing. Do you want to give me a quick perception check?
Nice.
Okay.
I'm about to take this ship apart.
22.
So
I can
watching
build it better.
Ansem heating up the front of the pipes, you can kind of like in your mind you can kind of see the flow of the water coming from the front of the boat and through the impellers. You notice that there's probably not enough heat on the gel casings right now, but that the exit pipes, the output pipes are like seem to be blocked. So the water that's being released by Ansem's heat is like coming up and just like kind of like slowly rolling around inside the gel casings. It's not actually going anywhere.
Yeah. So I just turn to everyone and say, the exit pipes are blocked. We gotta clean out the pipes.
Do you wanna do anything to try and add to that? The ship starts tipping even deeper. You can hear some screaming from the outside on the deck. You guys are kind of like tipping from one side of the walkway to the other side.
I'm gonna walk over to.
All to give me a dexterity check, please.
Yeah. Saving throw or just
Dexterity? Yeah, sorry, saving throw.
You can add a +3 to that since I'm close to you.
Yeah, all of you though. All of you need to give it.
Oh, okay. Everybody.
1.
16.
All right.
I'm not sure how to do that exactly.
On your sheets, right at the top, it says dexterity. Just click on the word.
18.
9.
Everybody can add 3 to that because I have like an aura of
19.
wording, so everybody should have +3 to their rolls.
I can feel your aura.
Alrighty,
Mine is
so
18.
as the ship kind of like comes and tips back over the wave and like drops over, Anson, Ergen, and Kuderin manage to kind of like grip onto the railing and keep their footing, while Siobhan and Damaris fall over the railing and down to the bottom of the hull of the ship. You guys are sliding down. You can feel the crackling of the ice on your backs as you're sliding down into this bottom like pool pit.
The torches are down there.
Yeah, so the flames and the torches and everything are down there. Ergen, you said you wanted to do something?
Well, yeah. Can I go over to one of the pipes and just kind of shake it, see if I can break up the ice on the inside?
Yeah. What skill are you going to use for that? Strength?
Yeah, athletics.
Athletics. Okay, go for it.
$17.
Alrighty.
Oh, the skill with +7. I see how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call. Good call.
Okay, cool. So you walk up to the pipe and you kind of like push and pull on the pipe, and you can feel it's still got a bit of bend to it. So it's still got like a little bit of the heat from the previous thing, and you can hear the ice starting to this kind of slush getting pushed. And inside the casing, the water's starting to like kind of move a little bit through there, but not enough to actually get the impellers spinning properly. The impellers are just like.
Okay.
I think we need a bigger fire.
Ansem, you're up next, dude. Do you want to change what you're doing, or are you happy? Do you want to try something else? Do you want to move the? Do you want to move the spell, or?
I mean, it seems like the water's frozen coming in, which is freezing it. But I'm heating where it's coming in at, so the water should be pretty hot coming in.
Yeah.
So it's the exit that's the problem, right? That's what's blocked.
Yeah, that's what Ogan saw on the last. Having a look.
Okay, let me take a quick look-see at my spells. Can I do a cantrip without breaking concentration? Yeah, right?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't require.
Yeah, you can do anything as long as it doesn't have concentration on it.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
I'm gonna-
So there's not another. Yeah, you're right. Dude. Go
Yeah,
for it,
can
man.
I produce flame and have it float over to the pipe or to the like things that are having the gel whatever casing thingies, the thing that needs the heat on the exit. Side of things.
What skill are you going to use to try and guide the spell to that area?
Oh, you know me. I'm gonna use history. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a great idea.
Sleight of hand, is that a thing? Can I use that? I mean, it kind of takes a lot of hand movement.
I'd say yeah, like because you're like trying to like maintain focus on these two, but you're also trying to swiftly just switch off like throw off a sacred flame and then trying to grip back onto the pipes that you're holding onto. So I'd say yeah.
Okay,
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Do I have advantage?
No,
I want to get this ship going, so
not on the cantrip. Straight up.
That's 5. That's
It's a
12.
12.
Sorry, I was adding. You know, my brain don't work like yours. I'm not smart.
So like you're kind of like holding onto these two pipes and you're like trying to shift and make sure that both pipes are like heated up as the inlet water is like still trying to like pump in there. You're trying to keep that satiated. And you like shift your hand a little bit and you cast the sacred flame over to one of the exit pipes. And as you do, the sacred flame sails through the air and it bounces up against the roof of the area where the pipe is. You don't actually hit the pipe.
I didn't drop. Like I'm still I'm still heating the metal of the in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the metal's still being heated. Kudarin.
Can I just scream out, "Come on, guys, heat the pipe!" Again, hug it if you have to.
The pipes are pretty heavy duty, right? They're like pretty
Yeah, they're probably like,
thick.
I'd say, yeah, they're probably like 12 gauge, maybe even more, maybe like 20 gauge.
Cool.
I never understood the gauges. Isn't the smaller the thicker?
No, the
I don't.
higher the thicker. I
It
think.
is.
Is it? Jen would know. She does construction.
The smaller gauge is the thicker metal.
So they're
then
very
it's
fragile.
one
So, like,
gauge. It's one gauge.
I think it's a solid tube.
Yeah.
It's got a pinprick of a pipe.
Okay. Can I go over to the section of pipe that we've identified that needs to be heated and moved along, and pull out my mace, and then pray to my god to fill the mace with holy fire.
Is your god the rapper Mace?
Yes. I'm holding my mace, M-A-C-E, and I'm praying to mace, M-A-S-E.
I love it.
I hold it up and I fill it with holy fire, and I just like aim. I pray for guidance that my aim would be true and I wouldn't harm the pipe, but that the heat from the searing smite would transfer where it needs to be.
Okay.
Can I use religion for that?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Come on, religion. I also have the 0. The paladin and the cleric, not very religious.
So you guys are
Oh my God.
partaking of
I rolled-
carnal and drinking pleasures.
Yeah.
That's no wonder
Too
why.
many
I
pleasures.
rolled a 2, but my smite, it uses a spell slot. So can I get advantage on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Better. Hopefully, it's better than the 2.
Gotta be better. Gotta be better.
It's a 7, so it is better than a 2. But
So you got all your bad rolls out earlier, did you?
Oh yeah, I got them all out. This is a different dice. This one's all bad too. That one's bad.
Okay.
They're all bad.
All right.
I had a 7 with my last
Damn it,
roll, too.
mace.
So like as you shove the mace up against the pipe and you're holding it there and you start praying, and you can like kind of start focusing your mind, the sound from the rest of the engine room kind of dissipates as you start saying the words of prayer to your god. And the hammer just like sits there and it kind of just starts to stick to the pipe. The frosting from the pipe kind of like goes around the hammer and starts cooling the entire head of the hammer or the mace. It's like just around it now. The mace is kind of like stuck to the pipe. And at that moment, you can feel the whole ship just like start tilting. And then like a couple of seconds later, you guys are all waiting. It's like this long kind of like lull, as if there's like a little bit of calm. And then you can feel the whole ship like kind of lift up against a wave, and it tilts over like this. And you can feel yourself starting to turn upside down. Boom! And it hits the water. It is now upside down in the water. And
We're upside down?
you guys are standing on the
Not
ceiling of the engine room right now.
And we're all dead.
Yeah. You can see like the kind of like the frosty water start like coming into the doorways and stuff like that and start filling up where the engine room is. And then you can feel this like sort of rumble happening. And you can hear Alexis. You can't hear Alexis because you guys are underwater now. But if you saw Alexis, he would be screaming, "Mother of God!" And you can feel this like rumbling from the ship. And you see this like purple energy like emanate from where the bridge is supposed to be up through the engine room, and it circulates throughout the engine room, and the whole area that this purple light like kind of like goes into starts warming up slowly, and then you just feel this It's this like massive explosion. The ship just flips back.
Okay.
The
cool.
engines start going, and they start picking up speed again. And even though the water that's coming in from the front of the boat is slush, it's heating up through those pipes and it's coming through the engines, and it's being thrust out the outside. You can feel the ship kind of like move now, and it's kind of like shifting its position, and it starts moving over the waves in the regular fashion. You guys have expended your Hail Mary for a DT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But the ship is safe. You guys are safe. The ship is safe.
Yeah.
As the ship turned over, you all fell down back onto the walkway. Siobhan and Suri, you were underneath, so you fell against the walkway, and then you fell back down to the hole again. You can try and make your way up.
Do I get inspiration or something for heating that metal? I'll take it.
Oh, that was something I wanted to do at the beginning of the session anyway, was check inspirations. So did I give anybody? So, Ogun, you get inspiration. For sure.
Cool.
Yeah, for kicking that guy into the fire. Kudarin, you get inspiration
Yeah, that's right. I
for
never did that.
doing the teleports. Did you add that to your sheet?
No, but I can add it now.
Yeah. And
You
then
better.
and some good idea on those pipes. That was the first good move, and then you get inspiration for that for sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it stops now. I know that there was something for you, Suri.
The methane mist.
Yeah, that was a roll thing. Like, I wanted to give you inspiration for figuring out that the creature was being controlled.
Why did the wave smell like fart?
Alrighty.
Stinky waves.
Okay. It's also a good thing that you guys were inside the boat.
Yeah, hey, you wouldn't want to flip upside down when you're on the deck.
Yeah.
'Cause then-
Yeah, I'm worried some of the crew might have got lost.
Yeah, so the ship is like kind of correcting its course. You guys are still down in the engine hole. What would you like to do? The DT's purple glow around the ship is still being held to kind of like push through this like these crazy massive waves in this frosty water.
Okay. With that, can I didn't even think of this because I'm an idiot. Can I use the wand to create a hole through these waves to help the ship through?
The way that the wand works is you can create it up and down to the floor of the ocean, or you can create a pocket of air that's 20 by 20 by 20, but it has to be sided by walls.
We're probably gonna need that to get to like retrieve the treasure.
Come on, bro. It's 5 uses per day.
But does it have 5 use? I thought it was only like one per.
It's-
Limited
DT
to
is
5
one use
uses
per 7 days.
Oh, nice.
Wand
Well,
Ishka Kienis.
Mm.
5 uses.
sure can.
Yeah, buddy.
Do it.
Is that? I mean, would it work if I did something to help the is there anything I do with the wand to help the water and the ship?
No, the ship's pretty well prepped right now. DT is using all of her crystal energy to maintain the ship's course.
Okay, so don't worry about it. You're saying.
Yeah.
So even though you keep hammering us about waves, the ship's got it.
Yeah, so the ship is now corrected its course. It's kind of aiming towards the waves now. So you're not going to tip
Wonderful.
over anymore.
Thank
guys
you.
are-
Metaphorically.
Thank you, Shippy. We always knew to trust you. I'm sorry that I grabbed your
Yay.
underparts.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Move back up to the hole, see what's happening? See how many
Yeah,
crew
we
lost?
check on, see if we could check on the crew and administer any kind of first aid if anybody needs it.
Yeah, I can also conjure an animal in case anybody went overboard, like an eagle or something, to grab them from the water.
Okay, cool.
I've heard people using that to scan dolphins. It's happened before. Possible.
So you guys
And it was
kind of
wonderful.
you make your way to the deck and you see there's a lot of chaos. There's like frost left over from the ocean still stuck to the windows on the side of like the main exit point where you guys are. There's like frost over the railings and stuff. And you can see there's a bunch of crew members kind of like wailing over the side of one of the railings. They've chucked a couple of ropes down and they're screaming and shouting like, grab on, grab! And they're trying to like let loose the rope as quickly as possible, and they're pulling in some crew that have actually forgotten to tie their tethers, and they're bringing them back onto the ship. And as they're
Rookie
bringing,
mistake.
yeah, and as they're pulling them back onto the ship, you can see these guys are like completely shattered from like being in this water just even for a few minutes, and you can see like they're just shaking, completely blue. But on Siobhan, on the count of crew that you can see, you see that there appears to be 2 missing.
Oh no.
You're missing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not good. But considering the situation, it could have been a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
Like we flipped completely upside down. So, I think at this point, can I try to like, are there fires on the deck or like fire pits or anything just to have like some warmth to
No.
get people warmed up?
No, there's not
Is there
really.
anywhere to do that?
I guess you could probably try and grab some of the big stew pots from the kitchen and make fires in those for the crew.
Yeah. I just think that just having the warmth would be very beneficial to especially for the people that went overboard, you know, if they're that cold. Just trying to get them a little bit warmed up would be great. And also just having a fire on, you know, a managed fire would probably be helpful too, just so we have it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you go down to the kitchen, you grab a couple of stew pots and you bring them up and you kind of inform the crew to start assembling a little bit of a fire pit in each one of these pots. You stick them on the boat and like you can see the crew are like kind of huddling around these fires. The boat is still kind of like tipping up and down, and as it does, the little fire pot that you've made kind of just slides a little bit. And then as it catches the other side, it goes. So it ends up like the crew are sitting in these long kind of like oval shapes, you know, trying to like guard the fire from like falling out of the central area where they're sitting.
Yeah, I think there probably should be some sort of boundary or something so that the fire doesn't slide too far. I don't know what that would look like.
I think the crew have got it. They're using their feet to kind of make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go
ahead.
for it, dude.
I was gonna ask if even Rude and maybe a conjured animal can go looking for the 2 lost crew. Even if they're dead, I would rather have their bodies back than let them.
Yeah, if you'd
Good
like.
idea.
So I ask even Rude if they are
She.
okay with that.
Yeah.
If she's
So
okay
she
with that.
kind of goes, okay. She like, she flies off the back of the boat and she starts to go and look, and you can see like where she flies off the back of the boat, there's like kind of like a little bit of light that emanates from her. It's like a kind of opens up and she's kind of lighting up the top of the ocean. You can see this little like little orb of glow kind of across the top of the waves going up and down and up and down. And she goes a little ways out and you lose sight of her for a couple of minutes, and she goes, and you can see her coming back over the ocean, and she comes back to you and says, I didn't see anything, I'm sorry.
Can I speak with animals to maybe see if I can yell down to like a fish or something to ask if they've seen anybody go overboard?
Yeah.
I say that.
We're getting these crew back, Remo. You may not care, but we care.
Yell it out.
And the silence from the frosted ocean is deafening. Nothing comes back.
And I go, fish!
There's no fish currently in these waters.
There's no life.
He must not be very friendly fish.
All right.
And there you can
fine.
hear the engines like pumping, and the water that's coming out of the back of the boat is actually starting to steam against the frost of the ocean. You guys have traveled, I think a DT travels like 90 feet. So you guys have covered quite a bit of ground right now. You can start feeling the kind of the swells starting to slow down based on where you were before. You've broken out an area that I think was maybe 2 or 3 miles in width, where these winds were like whipping around you. So essentially what happens is like the warm pocket that the methane mists were creating around like Enidwaith caused a disruption in the weather system just beyond that. And it created these like really, really cold winds that whipped around the outside of the methane mists and frosted these oceans like really, really quickly and turned them into slush. You're kind of breaking away from that now. And as you do, the warmth of the air that's kind of hitting that frosted area starts to create this dense fog around the ship. The ship is still kind of like tipping. The swells are still kind of big and you guys are feeling it. But off to, trying to make sure, off to the port side of the boat, a light luminescent fog starts to surround the Perplexia. As a faint ethereal glow emanates from the port side, as if someone has shot a blue flare. Alex is confident that you guys are out of the storm, shuts off the engines, and the Perplexia starts to drift through the water. You can see the icicles and the slush from before are still being held back. It's like almost like there's a deep line in the ocean as the waves are like tipping. And he starts whispering to a DT. The remaining crew lean over the railing of the ship as they wait to see the form break the mist. It's a ghost ship. The glow is emanating from the form of the ship itself. Ogren comes down to the deck and identifies the ship as a medium sailing vessel from the last crew that tried to find the Nasto. They'd gone missing at sea not long before this journey. The ghostly image passes without any interaction and disappears into the darkness of the night.
That's not scary at all.
It was weird.
Ogun, your crystal starts to vibrate again and your vision starts to get cloudy. Ensign, you start to feel something pushing into your mind. From the perspective of the crew, both of your sets of eyes go white. A few moments later, your vision is filled with the sight of the sinking wreckage of the medium vessel that you saw in your previous vision. You bring up your gigantic hands to look at them. An intense sadness comes over you as you see the splinters of wood jutting from your skin and the blood of innocence pouring down the palms and wrists. You slowly sink back beneath the waves and the vision starts to clear. And Ogun, you are now conscious again. And Ogun, at this point, your head starts to fill with your father's voice. It happened again, son. I was blocked from talking to you. Something is not right here. I will do everything I can to protect you. Trust me. Place me on your X.
I'll take my necklace off and I'm gonna tie it around like the back half of the top of my axe.
Yeah. Okay. As you place the crystal on your axe, you start to hear a static crackling to the air, as if electricity was surrounding you. The crystal starts to glow brighter and brighter. The two objects start to levitate out of your hand and spin in orbit of each other. So the crystal kind of like tied to the axe starts spinning. The orbit gets faster and faster, and the glow gets so bright you can't see the two objects anymore. You hear a loud, thunderous boom that travels outward over the surface of the ocean. The glow stops immediately, and the axe falls to the floor, steaming around the head of the axe. When you get closer, you notice that the crystal that was once around your neck is now embedded in the steel of the axe. You've unlocked the Orphan's Revenge. So let me just get this prepped for you.
Orphan's Revenge, you said?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to unlock this. Good night, girl. Love you.
I know it on this one.
I'll come up.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
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 I think it's here plus that. So make
Carlos
sure
got them
that's-
loudspeakers. I can hear my echo.
Really? I'm sorry. I'll turn down my volume.
Boo, 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 boo.
You can say here.
Good
Bye,
night.
Juji. Good night.
Night, Duji.
So stinking cute. Wow, fancy.
Awesome.
Finally, my axe.
All right, Egan.
Attack and damage rolls.
If it doesn't look right, I can just
Nice.
replace it with the other one. But should be good to roll.
Yes.
So the rest of the evening kind of like comes to a close, and the waves start to settle in a little bit more. The ghost ship has passed. After regaining control of the engines, the crew of the Perplexia find a moment to rest for a short while. You guys have an opportunity to take a short rest and do anything that you want to do in that time. And at this point, while everyone's like kind of assembling on the deck, Alexis delivers an inspiring speech to all of you. He says,
I'm like Cooterin.
"Crew and guests, we have come so far. We don't know what we face in the future. But whatever may come, we will stand together on the Perplexia. We will fight. Are you with me?" And he raises his hand.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for the rousing. You get +9 temporary hit points to all of your things.
Yes, I am with you.
Very rousing. Very rousing.
Inspiration and plus temporary hit points? Shoot.
9.
I gotta say, today was a good day.
I have my regular amount of hit points is 60.
Okay, just as
Is that bad or
yeah.
is that bad or good?
No. We just got 9 temporary hit points.
Oh God.
Come on, guys.
Sorry, that took you a minute.
Anybody else knows how
Yeah.
to add?
Okay. Before we follow through
70. 70
the
hit
rest,
points.
the rest of the story, I just want to tell you guys that this could possibly be deadly. So if any of you are attached to your characters at this point, like, be tactical about it, think about what you're going to do, all that kind of stuff. And the other thing I want to say is, we're at 10:30 now. You guys wanted to quit at 11, and this might take longer than that. So up to you if you want to call this for a next session.
Maybe if it's gonna go past that time. Mainly,
Yeah.
I feel exhausted, dude. Like fighting off this stuff.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, I'm good to pause here for the next as well.
Cool
Some mini
beans.
session.
and then we can plan. I mean, that sounds like that. Is that would that be like the last session if that's like the main thing we're gonna do the next time?
No, so this is like kind of like an in between. It might be depending on how quickly you guys go through it. But there's like this, and then there'll be like a little bit of narrative tie-up at the end. But yeah, up to you guys. So we got consensus. Next session follow through.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Sweet.
Should we do next Friday?
I'll have to check. It depends on whether I'm in
2 weeks.
Indiana or not. But
Yeah, I don't think we could do next Friday. Next Friday is when my mom's coming over. We're supposed to have our date night next Friday.
Okay. So the 9th.
Annual date night.
All right.
I won't be here on the 9th.
you might be here. On
9th and, no, I have a big show that weekend. I don't know
Big
what time
show?
I'll be back. Yeah, art show.
Oh, okay. I get you. You don't think you'll be back by
Yeah.
9 o'clock?
I don't think so, no, because it's a late night special preview on Friday. So people have to pay to get in, and then they get first dibs on all the artwork. And then it's all day Saturday.
All day Saturday. Okay.
What if we
Yeah, so
do?
it's Friday night and all day Saturday.
What if we do like a week from tonight and we do like next Saturday, kind of the same way?
Yeah, we can do that.
Be better.
Yeah.
Next Saturday's out for me. Company party.
Company party.
This time of the year is hard.
Yeah, there's always all kinds of stuff going on.
That's true.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you
Yeah.
guys discuss it among yourselves? I'm generally going to be free, but I think I'm going to be having to go to Indiana either that second week or that first week of December from the 5th to the 9th or the following week. But if we
Let's see what we
reserve
can
for
do.
if we reserve for a Saturday, I might be able to do it. So
Maybe
I think
unless
Saturday
we,
is a little easier.
I'm also pretty free. I might have to go to LA that second week for filming, but outside of that, I'm pretty good.
I might have to be home taking care of my kids this week. Very luxurious. Very this and that and the other.
Yeah, I might have to go to the grocery store, so
That's my life.
Have some
Might have to
dishes.
wash your hair.
Target. I'll be
in
at
the
Target.
northern end of.
Target.
It's cool.
Minnesota.
Maybe we could do next Friday. We'll see. Maybe if I tell my mom to come over on Saturday instead, then we could go out Saturday and then
Yeah.
we could play on Friday. Well, because if
I
we're
think
gonna
that's a
have
good
to
idea.
wait if we're gonna have to wait like 3 weeks, then I think we could figure that out. We'll see.
up to you guys. Just let me know. I'll ship my calendar to you guys once I know
Look
what's
into it
going
and
on.
chat in the group me.
Sounds good. Let me just close this out real quick.
For sure.
I want to say thanks to everybody who stopped by, and if you chatted, I missed your chats. No one chatted, so it's fine. Thanks everyone for coming and watching the stream. Hopefully we tie this up really nicely and neatly, and we'll spot you next time. Bye.